Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Racha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of Job, the 37th chapter. At this also my heart trembleth, and is moved out of his place. Hear attentively the noise of his voice, and the sound that goeth out of his mouth. He directeth it under the whole heaven, and his lightning unto the ends of the earth. Speaking about the power of the Lord. After it, a voice roareth. He thundereth with the voice of his excellency, and he will not stay them when his voice is heard. Meaning, when he speaks, he will not restrain. There will be no restraints when the Lord speaks, right? NIV, it says, after that comes the sound of his roar, and that is referring to in the previous verse. In the NIV, it says, he unleasheth his lightning beneath the whole heaven, and sends it to the ends of the earth. After that comes the sound of his roar. He thunders with his majestic voice. When his voice resounds, he holds nothing back. So you have them loud as thunders. That's basically the point that he's making here. God thundereth marvelously with his voice. Great things doeth he, which we cannot comprehend. For he saith to the snow, be thou on the earth, likewise to the small rain, and to the great rain of his strength. So he commands the snow, and it snows. He commands the rain, and it rains. He sealeth up the hand of every man, that all men may know his work. Meaning he puts a stop to all, basically the things that you're doing, so everybody can behold his work. That's why, like, when it rains really hard, you got to stop whatever you're doing if you're working out there, and just wait for the rain to pass. Likewise with the snow. Then the beasts go into dens and remain in their places, right, for the inclement weather. Out of the south cometh the whirlwind, and cold out of the north. By the breath of God frost is given, and the breath of the waters is straightened, meaning that the ice, okay, comes of the Lord, and the breath of the waters is straightened, meaning frozen. And NKJV, it says, by the breath of God ice is given, and the broad waters are frozen. Also by watering he wearieth the thick cloud. He scattereth his bright cloud. NLT, he loads the clouds with moisture, and they flash with lightning. And it is turned round about by his counsels, that they may do whatsoever he commandeth them upon the face of the world in the earth. NLT, the clouds churn about at his direction. They do whatever he commands throughout the earth. NIV, at his direction, they swirl around over the face of the whole earth to do whatever he commands them. He causeth it to come, whether for correction, or for his land, or for mercy. And that's dealing with, as it says in the NLT, he makes these things happen, right? All the examples of the things we just read. Either to punish people or to show his unfailing love. Hearken unto this, O Jacob, stand still and consider the wondrous works of God. Salakia, hearken unto this, O Job, and consider the wondrous works of God. Dost thou know when God disposed them and caused the light of his cloud to shine? So do you know when the Most High is set up and appointed all of these things? Right? NLT says, do you know how God controls the storm and causes the lightning to flash from his clouds? Dost thou know the balancings of the clouds and wondrous works of him, which is perfect in knowledge? Do you understand, in the NLT, do you understand how he moves the clouds with wonderful perfection and skill? How thy garments are warm when he quieteth the earth by the south wind? NIV, you who swelter in your clothes when the land lies hushed by the south wind. Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong, and as a molten looking glass, which is talking about the firmament. NIV, can you join him in spreading out the skies, hard as a mirror of cast bronze? Because that's what a looking glass is a mirror. Teach us what we shall say unto him, for we cannot order our speech by reason of darkness. So since you are Mr. Know-it-all, Mr. Perfect, right? NLT, so teach the rest of us what to say to God. We are too ignorant to make our own arguments. Should it be told him that I speak? If a man speak, surely he shall be swallowed up. Right? So in the NKJV, it says, should he be told that I wish to speak? If a man were to speak, surely he would be swallowed up. So you wouldn't even stand a chance to try and open your mouth against the Lord. And now men see not the bright light which is in the clouds, but the wind passeth and cleanseth them. NLT, we cannot look at the sun, for it shines brightly in the clouds, when the wind clears away the clouds. Fair weather cometh out of the north, with God is terrible majesty. Touching the Almighty, we cannot find him out. He is excellent in power, so there's no comprehending the Lord. He is excellent in power and in judgment, and in plenty of justice. He will not afflict. It says here, we cannot imagine, NLT, the power of the Almighty, but even though he is just and righteous, he does not destroy us. Men do therefore fear him, and he respecteth not any that are wise of heart. NIV, therefore people revere him, for he does not have regard for all the wise of heart. So regardless of how wise you may think you are, that's not going to, gain you respect in the eyes of the Lord, right? He's not going to be a respect of persons or, give you props for that, because it all comes from him anyway. And that brings us to the end of the book of Job, the 37th chapter. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.